We are at an undisclosed location at one of the longest and widest and best tracks in the entire world, and we're gonna do a 1 mile and a 2 mile full throttle to the floor race. Now this is the best pair of vehicles to ever race each other and our most expensive vlog to date. And both of these vehicles have broken some sort of speed related record.
All right, this is a serious matchup. We've got the Bugatti Chiron Supersport, the 2021 evolution of Bugatti's top speed obsession, 1,578 horsepower, long tail aero, and gearing built to keep piling on speed, and across from it, the Rimac Nevera, the car that's been eating acceleration records for breakfast with 4 motors, advanced torque vectoring, and verified world records to back the hype. Today's format is a 1 mile and a 2 mile race. I'm watching for 2 things: to see how quickly the Nevera pulls ahead from a standing start, and whether the Bugatti's long gearing helps it catch up over the longer distance. No predictions, just eyes on the runway and respect for what it takes to engineer this kind of speed.
I'll just do a bit more of an acceleration. Here we go, boys and girls. Oh! It conjures up power just out of nowhere, but you do kind of hear it and sense it building. It's not like literally sort of an electric car where there's that instant torque, but it's so rewarding because you hear this, and then, by the way, I'm accelerating very gently, but you hear this all coming and then it just delivers it and you are launched another 10 kilometers down the road before you know it. You could just demolish anything in front of you. Here we go, truck pulling out the way. Oh my gosh! Oh, it wanted to kick down again, and I was a bit nervous for that one. Okay, we're gonna come off now. The thing is, it's almost intimidating because you know what it can do, but it's not intimidating in the way it delivers it. It's not squirming and squibbling all over the place. It's not jumping around. It all feels very controlled, but when it really starts to pick up, I don't think there's any car in the world that gives you the same acceleration sensation at 100 kilometers an hour. Fine, 0 to 60 these days with all these electric hypercars, there's things that launch off the line fairly quickly. But that was 100 to an undisclosed speed, just way too quickly. Right, I've told myself I need to stop prattling around and take things a bit more seriously. So, I'm in manual gear mode selection. We're in the kind of highway setting on my, I'm going to call it a Manatino. Andy might wince there, which is why I've cropped him out of this shot, because yeah, I refer to it as a Manatino. It's probably not the original name, but anyway, yeah, so as we get past this slightly sketchy looking tractor, let's see what this car is like on a twistier road. I mean, performance is definitely not something it is lacking. I mean, but it's here, look at this, around corners, well, oh my god. And between corners, oh good lord, between corners, yes, as silly as you could ever imagine, but those brakes are great. And again, the car is just, it's kind of perfectly poised. It's not super twitchy at the front end, it doesn't feel nervous, it feels planted and secure and refined and ready to, take off. Oh, I'm gonna keep using that word, I think I've probably used it about 15 times, but the only way to describe it. Honestly, think about when you're sitting in a plane and you're about to take off down the runway. It's the same sensations you're feeling on your body. But it's exhilarating out here, and that's what I loved about that Harry's Garage video. It gave you the sense that a Chiron can actually be a B-road blaster. And look at this, here we go. Got a little bit of a hill section. So imagine I'm at Goodwood, Festival of Speed, going for the record. I do feel like I might be able to achieve it in this car. Yes. Oh, I love me the Chiron Super Sport. Wow.
Listening to the Chiron spool and then surge is still incredible. The way it builds pace feels deliberate and composed. It's running a quad-turbo W16 that makes over 1,500 horsepower, and it was designed specifically to chase top speed numbers. In fact, the prototype version hit just under 305 miles an hour back in 2019. This production Supersport came to 2021 with aero changes and gearing set up to keep pulling for as long as the runway lasts. What stands out when you see it driven hard is how calm it looks doing something mental. Most cars at 200 or 250 kilometers an hour start to feel nervous, while the Chiron looks like it's built for it. Because it is. Bugatti stretched the car, tweaking the bodywork, and worked on stability at those speeds so the driver isn't fighting the wheel. You can see how it builds speed wave after wave instead of exploring off the line, instead of exploding off the line. And that's what matters in this matchup, because the Rimac doesn't wait around. The Bugatti is still an incredible piece of engineering, but you can start to see where the gap creeps in.
Okay, let's do this. Dead simple. Left foot on the brake, floor the throttle, release the brake. Blimey. You're 62.23. That's quick. That's very quick. 4 mile, 8.85. Okay, let's see what this Rimac Nevera is like to drive out on the open road. First thing to note is the suspension. So this is a hypercar, yet because I've got the dampers in their softest setting, it actually deals with bumps really well. Occasionally when you go over a big bump, you do hear a knocking sound. That's actually the steering rack. One of the things about this car is that it's a pre-series car, so it's not the finished deal that customers will get. It's apparently 80% completed, but there's things they're working on like the steering rack. There's other things they're working on like noise and vibration, so they'll add soundproofing to it. So at the moment when you're driving along and you go over surfaces which are covered in stones, you get lots of rattles around the wheel arches, almost like you're driving a racing car. Another thing that I think is surprisingly good is the visibility. You can really position where the car is because you have the wings to guide you, and the body does drop away quite sharply. These side mirrors are absolutely massive. They protrude quite a way out, so you can really see down the sides of the car. And the view out the rear view mirror is actually really good as well. One thing they've nailed on this car, really have nailed, and that is the throttle pedal. With a high performance car like this, it could be just super scary, like you just flex your right foot and boom, you're just off. But this is really good. It does build power, and it's great the way they do it with quite a long throttle pedal. So you can drive it quite easily without worrying about just suddenly accelerating into someone's bumper. It's easy to just cruise around and just pick up speed a bit like a normal car, or to accelerate like, yeah, that's fine, or that's really fast. Oh my God, we're going something now, and then it's, oh my God! Because it's actually traction limited, it feeds in the power, so you get this sense of the power building. Now I'm going to move it into sports mode, and now the throttle response is really fast. As you go through the battery though, you do get a cut off in power, so once you fall below 20% battery, you do get the amount of power that you have available reduced. Still, even when it's below 20%, there's so much power in this thing, you're never wanting for power, you never ever are. Now let's talk about the brakes. So I find that they're a little bit over assisted when you first touch the pedal, but then when you're deep into the pedal, they're a bit under assisted and a bit more like a race car. I'd rather have it the other way around. So less initial bite, but more assistance as you press the brake pedal harder. Let me just check out the turning circle on the car because this is important, obviously. Safe to go. That's actually all right. So what's the steering like? Well, it's responsive, it's quick, puts the car exactly where you want it. The only thing is that I sometimes find it a little bit unnatural the way it loads up in a corner. I'd like it to load up a little bit more because the signals I'm getting from my bottom through the chassis don't quite correlate to what I'm feeling through my hands to the wheel, but that is something they're still working on. This car hardly leans at all in the bends, it really stays flat, loads of grip, and you've got that torque vectoring to help turn you into a corner and get the car rotating. Now I was told that this car's ESC isn't working. I do not have stability control. I'm driving a €2 million hypercar without stability control. Yet, I'm not worried. I've got confidence in it. I just feel like it's going to go around the corner, no problems at all.
The Rimac Nevera is just ruthless in the way it delivers speed. 4 motors, 1 at each wheel, almost 1900 horsepower, and a torque vectoring software that manages grip and rotation in ways combustion cars can't touch. This car already has world record numbers to back it up. What I like here is that they've managed to make it drivable despite the numbers. The throttle is long enough that you can cruise without it feeling twitchy, but the moment you dig in, the car just unloads everything it has. And because it's electric, there's no waiting for turbos to spool or a gearbox to drop down. It's immediate. Quick plug, if you're enjoying these kind of videos, please consider hitting the subscribe button. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers to be monetized, so a subscription from you would be really helpful. Thanks so much.
Round 1.
God, it destroyed it. I mean, they're both stupid fast.
I think I see him. I see him.
Oh no. It's like an air, wow, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, if they went 3 miles, the Bugatti was going so much faster.
Oh, he would have caught him for sure.
Bro, they're like,
Dude, that's insane. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's crazy.
That is insane. Dude, I wonder how fast they went. That had to have been like 240 maybe?
Seeing the lineup and go for it, there's no question the Rimac Nevera destroyed the Bugatti. Off the line, it's gone, and the Chiron never managed to bring it back in the runs we saw. That lines up with everything we know about these cars. The Bugatti was built to be the ultimate combustion hypercar, and it is still incredible at what it does. But the Nevera is just on another level in terms of acceleration. One interesting bit of context is that the Bugatti and Rimac are now under the same joint venture. So the company that makes the Chiron is already connected to the company that built the Nevera. The Bugatti will always be an icon for the combustion era, but today was about seeing how far technology has moved.